Hi, my name is Bryn Gassaway, and this is my Wix page. The first page is my home page, and at the bottom, it says a little bit about me and why I signed up for the CAPS program, and I'll just read you the paragraph. Hi, my name is Bryn Gassaway, and I'm currently in the teacher education strand at the Center for Advanced Professional Studies. I'm a senior at Blue Valley West High School. The reason I signed up for the teacher education strand was because I have a love for working with children, especially children with special needs. During the week, I go to different classrooms to observe or work on planning lesson plans and projects. I plan on going to a four-year university and study special education. My next page is my resume, and on my resume, it just shares my work experience in education and volunteer service and also leadership roles. I've worked at Fortune Walk as a host, and currently I'm working at Helpers Inc. And then I go to Blue Valley West High School, what I've already said, and then just the CAPS program for this year. I volunteered at SOAR Special Needs Ministry and Freedom Fire Urban Ministry. I was, for leadership, I was a Fellowship of Christian Athletes leader my junior year, and then did student council my junior year, and then I was my cheerleading captain my sophomore year. And that's about it for my resume. My next page is my philosophy of ed. And I compared education to the beach because I believe that the beach is a beautiful thing, and I think the same thing about teaching. And just like the ocean with the waves, there's many ups and downs, and I feel that there's many ups and downs of teaching, mostly positives, but there are some negatives with misbehaved students and yeah. My next page is my lesson plans. My first lesson plan was a mock lesson plan, and I did it for my CAPS associates, and I did a first grade science experiment, and we watched a brain pop first to integrate technology, and then we made clouds with shaving cream, water, and food coloring. My next lesson plan I did at Cottonwood Point in an enrichment classroom, and that was my second observation, and we did, the students were researching about the Titanic, so they put all their research on a Wix and made their own website, so that was my second lesson plan. My third lesson plan was at my observation number 3, and that was at Hilltop Center, and I was working with 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds and some 5-year-olds, and I read them the Gingerbread Baby because they were doing a gingerbread unit, and after we did an art project, and they dipped marbles in paint and shook a shoebox and painted their gingerbread, and they really enjoyed that. And then partnership 1, I did 2 lesson plans. For the first lesson plan, I was at Hilltop for this partnership, and I was working with the same students, and I read them another story, and the students had to comprehend the story back to me. After reading the story, the students did an activity on the smartboard with counting. And then the second lesson plan, they were doing a dinosaur unit, so they wanted to do a craft, and we made dino plates. And they also sang a dinosaur song. For partnership 2, I did 3 lesson plans, and this time I was working one-on-one with students. So for the first one, me and a girl made a recipe, and we looked through a cookbook and picked out a recipe that she wanted to make, and then we had to write down all the ingredients she needed, and then her teacher went to the store to get them, and we cooked the recipe. For lesson plan number 2, a girl was working on her job interview, so me and her sat in a room and did her job interview, and I recorded her, and then she watched herself to see what she could improve on. For the third lesson plan, I went and worked with a student when she was working, and at her work she makes soap and she sews and she shreds paper. So we did a sewing project and she sewed a banner. My next page is forums, and we did forums first semester, but I shared 3 on here. One was when we went to the Hilltop Center. The next one was when we had to research court cases, and the third one was Brain Pop. My next page is media, and this is mostly pictures from where we were and what we did during CAPS, from Pittsburgh State, the Greenbush Conference, University of Kansas, my observations, getting CPR certified, and then just fun things we did at CAPS. Also the MNU conference, and when we went to Microsoft. And yeah. My next page is my projects page. My first project was Operation Holiday, and I did this project with a few of my CAPS associates, and we did it through an organization called Operation Christmas Child. This organization sends shoe boxes filled with small toys and hygiene products to underprivileged kids in developing countries. First, we ordered 200 shoe boxes to fill. Next, we went to other CAPS strands and told them about our project and gave them the chance to fill their own. We had been working on this project for about 2 months, and we ended up filling 120 boxes. My second project was the Access House Field Day, and I did this with a couple of my CAPS associates, and we planned this day for a few months. We had to plan activities, get volunteers, and plan the actual day before having the field day. We went to the Access House to get to meet the kids. While we were there, we passed out flyers and talked to the students about the field day. On May 2nd, we went to the field day. The students had so much fun and loved the activities that we had planned. My next page is my observations and partnerships. First semester at CAPS, I did 3 observations. I was at that for 3 weeks at a time, and I did 3. Second semester at CAPS, I did 2 partnerships, and I was at each partnership for 6 weeks, I mean. My first observation, first semester, was at Lakewood Middle School. I did a special ed classroom. My second was Cottonwood Point, and I worked with 3rd and 5th graders in an enrichment classroom. My third observation, I was at Hilltop Learning Center, and I was working with 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, and I enjoyed this one a lot, so I went back for my partnership and was there for a total of 9 weeks. My last partnership was at the Access House, and I enjoyed doing that one too because I got to work with a bunch of different students each day. My last page is my blog page, and we were supposed to blog 3 times a week about our classroom and just share our experiences and what we were doing each day in the classroom. And so that is my Wix page, and I'm done.